Hey, Tim's Workshop here. Today we're going to do a brake change on the 2010 Hyundai Elantra with the rotors and disc. There's some pulsating going on with the brakes that are on here, so we're going to fix that problem and I'll show you how to do it with new parts. The parts I'm using, I'll show you here. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, we're using genuine Hyundai disc brakes. Okay, the pad kit for the front. Make sure it says front on it. And we have the Napa Ultra Premium coated rotors. Okay, they're 100% polymer coated, corrosion resistant front rotors. Hyundai didn't have any, but they told me that the Napa Ultra Premium are basically the same thing that they use. Okay, so we got the best brakes, the best rotors for this car. All right, let's get started here. Okay, so got my impact driver. I didn't really even need it. As soon as I was able to just unscrew them. But if they're in there where you can't get the Phillips screw out by hand with a hand Phillips, use a impact driver. Impact driver, you have it set up so it's ready to go in the correct. It could go in either direction, right or left, or clockwise or counterclockwise. So I have it set up right. And then put a little load on it with your hand and then hit it with a hammer and that'll break it loose. But in this case, I didn't need it. So that worked out good. I usually put a little Loctite on these screws when I put them back in. Okay, so next is breaking these loose. Okay, so let's see. So these are 14 millimeter. There's two of them here, and then that's on the caliper, and then the caliper bracket takes 17 millimeter, and there's two of them. Okay, so and we have to take the load off these. Let's see. Alright, well, let's break this loose here. I already broke them loose with a breaker bar. So, this guy here. This is the 14 millimeter I got on both of these. Not a whole lot of room with a breaker, half-inch breaker bar, but I got it in there and got it broke loose. So now I got my ratchet wrench and take these two bolts out. Yeah, the boot is separated from the shock strut. Well, I tried to get these, get that caliper in there. Oh, it's loose now. All right. So that works. Be able to get the caliper off now, just like that. I need to hang it up here with some wire, so we'll do that. Need to push the push that caliper in. All right. Well, let's get this hung out of the way here. So I got the caliper up out of the way. Now we'll take the support bracket off, and that was 17mm ratchet wrench. Take the bottom one all the way out first. Okay, got the bolt out. It's got a lock washer on it too. Don't lose that. Got that. Get this one off. Okay. Yep. Pads are getting down there quite a ways. Yep. Almost all the way gone, this one. This one here is pretty thin too. Yep. See, this is the piece that once the pad gets down and starts hitting that metal piece, it'll make a squeaking noise. You know your brakes are getting bad when you hear that. All right. Then the old hardware, take that off. Okay, These don't look too bad, but I'm going to clean them up a little bit. We want the new hardware to sit down tight, so we'll clean them up a little bit with a file. These pins need to come out. Okay, so get these pins out, get them cleaned up, and get them re-greased. Okay, just fits. This rubber boot just fits over this little notch here towards the head of the bolt. Okay, so those need to be re-greased. That needs to be cleaned up. These old parts need to go bye-bye. Alright, so we'll get everything cleaned up. Oh, the rotor. See all that rust? Everything? So, get all that cleaned up. See how the rust is around there? Yep. So we're going to get that all cleaned up. Yep. The edge of this, so it's nice and flat. Okay. So got some brake cleaner. I got this all sanded down. That all nice and clean there. They say that if this is rusted up, it'll cause the pulsing problem. So, being that got a little overspray on the polymer. Not really too worried about grease on this because it's really clean with that polymer on there. Okay, so ready to put this on. Just match up these countersunk screw holes with these two holes. Okay, and let's see. Is that? Yeah, this doesn't have the rubber plug on it. The aft brakes do to adjust the parking brake. So there's one hole on the aft drums, and the aft drum rotor is a lot thicker, wide, or not wide. The depth on it is a lot deeper because of the brake pads for the parking brake only. So these two got to line up with these two, so let's do that. Like that. A little tricky, but you gotta look it over real good. There we go. Okay, so These need some Loctite on it, so I'm going to go get that. Got some 271 thread locker. Need to cut the tip on it. Okay, a little Loctite on it. Put a little on this one. Cap back on. There we go. Now, there it is. Turn it the opposite direction. Let's tighten. Okay. I guess I'll give it a tap. Okay. And turn it in the direction you want to go. And just give it a tap. Direction you want to go. There we go. So those won't come loose. That's on there good. Okay, next. Okay, so we're going to put the new hardware on, which are these. They go on like this. Like that. Okay. Make sure that's in all the way. Okay. Now we're going to grease these guys up. This is a high temp disc brake grease. Okay. Disc brake high temp bearing grease. Alright, it'll work for both. Okay, so this guy goes like this. This goes towards the bolt side, which is on the back side. Okay, and this one damn. Okay, and this one. Squeeze those together, that holds it in place. Okay. Okay, next, we'll get these bolts started on this one. Kind of hard to do without being able to see what you're doing, but I got it. All right. Okay. Okay, now we'll tighten these. Okay, next is getting these bolts greased up. Okay. There we go. You just push it in and it self-locks on that rubber boot. There we go. There we go. Okay, now the caliper. So we're going to have to get that caliper squeezed together some more. So let me grab my tool for that. Okay, you don't want to go crazy with this. There's my wire I used to hang it from the spring. Alright, so put that in there like that and run it up evenly and slow. A little grease on it. Okay. Wind it in until it stops. Okay. Like I say, just go easy on it, and when it stops lightly, you feel it stop, stop. Don't go overboard on it. Put a little grease there on the backing plate. Keeps it from squeaking. Okay, make sure when you put this on that the hose isn't twisted. Okay, sometimes it hangs up on the bottom bolt. You got to push that bottom rubber bolt in a little bit to get it to fit. All right. Okay. Get this one started. There we go. And the other one is right there. Okay. Okay, that one's done. So, I'm going to do the other side exactly the same. So, this is how you fix your pulsating problem and put on some new brakes at the same time. Okay, and these are sweet, man. I like that polymer coating. Anti-rust, they claim, so we'll see. But the brake pads are really, really nice too. I can see why they're preferred by Hyundai. Anyway, if you like the video, please subscribe, leave comments, hit the notification bell, and give me a like. See you next time.